Several Jewish religious and nationalist groups in Israel advocate for rebuilding the Third Temple, the Jewish Holy Temple destroyed in 70 AD. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now, let's get started with today's video. The Temple Institute. Founded in 1987. They prepare ritual objects, garments, study past temples, etc., so that when the time is right, reconstruction could begin. They also run educational programs. The Times of Israel. Haliba, Hebrew for Project for Jewish Freedom on the Temple Mount. Their goal is more limited compared to full reconstruction: to secure Jewish civil rights on the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif, in particular, access, free worship, and congregation. Rabbi Yosef Elboim, or the Movement for the Establishment of the Temple, seeks more concrete preparatory steps, organizing and preparing things like priestly garments, sacrificial implements. Some politicians also make public statements supporting or encouraging the idea. For example, Bezalel Smotrich called for rebuilding the temple during Jerusalem Day in 2025. Recent developments 2024-2025. Statements by certain government ministers, including far-right members, suggesting they support or hope for the temple to be rebuilt. Increased activity of Jewish visitors or prayer at or near the Temple Mount in ways that challenge older norms of the status quo, which had restricted Jewish prayer at certain parts. Groups organizing for symbolic or preparatory acts, making ritual objects, red heifers, etc., in anticipation of possible change. Goals and claims. Rebuild the third Jewish temple at the historic Temple Mount site. That includes reinstating ancient rituals, sacrificial practices, korbanot, and priestly activities. For many of these groups, the movement is not only religious, but also messianic. Some see the rebuilding as ushering a messianic era of peace. Some political actors see it as part of the broader agenda of Jewish sovereignty or Jewish rights on East Jerusalem, Temple Mount. Obstacles, sensitivities, and risks. Religious and symbolic sensitivities. The site is sacred to both Jews and Muslims. For Muslims, the compound, often called Haram al-Sharif, includes Al-Aqsa Mosque and Dome of the Rock, two very important Islamic holy sites. Any attempt to change the arrangement is extremely delicate. Status quo arrangements. There's a long-standing understanding, though contested and slipping, that non-Muslims may visit but not pray at the Al-Aqsa compound. Changes to the status quo are frequently sources of tension. Political and legal constraints. Although some politicians voice support, executing any real change, i.e., rebuilding, would require navigating Israeli law, international law, the rights of others, especially Palestinians, possible treaties or agreements, and potentially explosive diplomatic fallout. Security and conflict risk. Because the location is so contested, any move toward physically reconstructing or replacing structures, especially ones like Al-Aqsa or Dome of the Rock, could provoke violence, both locally and regionally. Where things stand now, October 2025. There has been no official government mandate at the level of major policy or law to rebuild the temple. The efforts are mostly from religious NGOs and right-wing political actors pressing for change. While the rhetoric has become more open, public calls, speeches by ministers, increased Jewish worship or prayer activity on or near the Mount in ways that challenge older norms of the status quo. Actual steps toward dismantling or replacing the Dome of the Rock or Al-Aqsa, or building the temple in their place, have not occurred. The movement is growing in visibility, but still far from having the logistical, legal, or political feasibility to carry out construction.